I'm credible, and I've worked with him. I don't expect this stream to blow up and get 100,000 likes and everybody find out that he's really just a half a step below Alex. I don't expect this. I just want this on record because, isn't it magic? All those Illuminati videos he did? Guess who ends up in a lot of them? Me! That's who ends up in a lot of them.
People are coming together out of their disdain for this one content creator. Well, that's not out of the realm of possibility when you're seeing stuff. To start seeing weird people pop up together in calls and videos and shit. The only UK YouTuber that's good is Chud Logic and Kavos, and Blues Dank is a recovered clout addict. Alright, that's a little mean, but Blues Dank is at least somebody who came around and took his lumps and did some interviews and started talking shit about his fucking former friends. That's more than I could say about these other people. At least he's, anything's better than being a King Ani. We covered this in the last one. Did you see King Ani's statement, chat? If you weren't here for episode 2, little weasel who didn't reply publicly about the Slazo stuff for 5 years comes back and buries Alex. Yeah, I talked to some people in that group. They told me she was as involved as anyone else. But, I mean, no one wants to point... I'm surprised they didn't do it when Hyojin went down. Nah. The racial draft happened. We sent King Ani to the UK, and the UK sent back Kavos. That's it. When we had our commentary racial draft, we sent her over the water. And yeah, that's the We cool with Kavos. Yeah, he was instrumental in fucking Alex back in 2019. We needed him for that. British commentators ranked. Big Bungie, Chud Logic, Toastify. Yeah, they can come into the house. And actually, I figured out that British content creators are literally the reason why my shit keeps getting demonetized. I've been fighting with this for like 4 days now. And literally, apparently the fucking C word. I'm gonna say the C word. The one that Alex uses in every other sentence. We're doing that for women now? That's ridiculous. So yeah, I'm getting killed because he wrote it in text on the screen. So I'm like turbo censoring every time that was in there, but it's too late. Yeah, it's can't. True. Yeah, so here we are. First statement of the night. Last statement of the night. At least about Alex. Former roommate George comes in. In light of the recent statement and videos coming out about Alex and having previously lived with him, I know a lot of people have been asking for my opinion on things. This isn't and would never be behavior that I would condone on any level. A year ago, I decided I wanted to move out, stop making videos and associating with him. I had heard things he said about myself and others making videos with him at the time in similar narcissistic manners shown in Alice's screenshots. Always the victim. I had spoken to Alice prior to her statements about his behavior and things that I'd heard him say to her, but had no idea of the severity or the relentlessness of what's happening. It's truly gross and disgusting behavior. I want my standpoint to be known, so the focus can stay on the person who was brave enough to tell her story. So, my question is, don't you kind of feel like all these statements are pretty cowardly? This is Alex's roommate. You tell me that out of Memulus, Willany, right? I don't think quite said anything, but Memulus, Willany, iNabber, the roommate, none of these people saw anything other than Alice's fucking TikTok. Not one of these people have anything to contribute to this conversation other than I spoke to Alice and the messages are bad. Like, all these people are looking to get set up if this is bullshit, to just get obliterated again like all the Alex people did in 2019. There's literally nothing to contribute here. It's a waste of time to read all these messages. They go, hey guys, toxicity in relationships, that's pretty bad. Well, at least you got your side in there. And Wavy. Look, Wavy's fed up with it too. Look at this. I heard his dentist is currently sitting on a career-ending Google Doc and they're preparing to drop it. That's what it feels like. This feels like N-Bird is about to drop. Actually, wait, that happened. Alex's editor did speak out. But in this situation, that was a bit more warranted. But remember, I was Creepshow Art's editor? Holy fuck. Did you guys know that being bad is bad? Anyways, that's the last Alex person. Other than that, now we have to delve into a whole new set of worms. Okay, this is weird. Kirsty, residential red-headed e-girl of Birmingham. I don't know if any of these people are from Birmingham, but that's like the only thing I know about the UK. I don't know why I know what Birmingham is, but she drops this line right here. This is really, really funny. Oh, Alex's editor's ex-girlfriend made a statement. You know, I was going to mention that and I forgot that the most damning statement that came from all of Alex's friends was one of his friends' ex-girlfriend who got him dropped. I totally, it always fucking like falls out of my brain. But yeah, like the only damning thing that came from all of those Twitloggers was Willani's ex-girlfriend got him dropped from his talent agency mid last year. But yeah, none of these guys saw anything. Whatever. I deleted what I said earlier, but fuck that. Now, this is not about Alex. It's about iNabber. iNabber knew what Alex was. He would often comment about how he was an awful person and even labeled him a narcissist himself. Everyone knew what a disgusting person Alex was, and pretending you were in the dark is inexcusable. Look, I feel like if you ask iNabber if he thinks that Alex is a fucking scumbag, I feel like he'd say yes. Right? Obviously, the implication here is that iNabber knew he was abusing his girlfriend, or at least that's what the average person would think. Because I feel like if anyone asked iNabber what he thought of Alex, he would say, like, yeah, he's done a lot of fucked up stuff in the past. At minimum. At minimum. But again, Tommy goes, Nick, I think Kirsty's really driving up the right alley with this one. And I'm like, yeah. I mean, that's pretty applicable to anybody who stuck with him after Slazo. He almost ruined a guy's life and falsely accused him of rape for telling his 14-year-old girlfriend that he liked sex when he was 16 years old. Yeah, that's what a bad person is. Are we shocked? Are we appalled? Is our brains melting out of the sides of our skull right now because iNabber just said the most obvious fucking thing on the face of the earth, or Kirst just blew open a story that we already knew? He knew about the untrue allegations that Alex made against Charlie because he was the one who told me while we were still together. He didn't speak about it like it was a rumor. He spoke about it like it was a fact. I spoke to Charlie about it in August. Whilst I don't believe that anyone knows that... Again, okay, so... I don't want to be, like, super nuclear here, okay? How do we know these are untrue? Like, I understand it's the boy who cried rape, and this guy's falsely accused, like, 16 people. But untrue is doing a lot of carrying here. He tweeted out, hey guys, I've never addressed this until Alex's worst day on earth, but he actually falsely accused me of rape. So now that his whole life is over, I just wanted to let everybody know I didn't do any rape. Okay, like, hold on. Like, it's very possible that he's telling the truth there, but I mean, no scrutiny at all? No, like, if I talk like this, I'd be king of nothing. That's all I'm saying. But I don't know. Regardless, there could be things to criticize here. We don't know enough, obviously, at this moment in time. Whilst I don't believe that anyone knew the full extent that Alex was treating Alice, okay, everyone knew that Alex was a narcissist prior to Alice's statements from how he treated literally everyone else. He's cold, malicious, and in ways that no one can deny. Oh, so obviously, because he was a dick to you at Insomnia or something, I don't know, whatever stupid gaming convention you guys have, he clearly beat his girlfriend. That's very valuable information there. Alex was extremely toxic to Frasier, along with so many others. I've heard thousands of reports this is true. As someone who once loved him, it was hard to watch, but Frasier admitted to me that he put up with it because being friends with Alex benefited him with his work. It's like, yeah, I know. Everyone knows that. That's why a lot of people don't like him. This is not new information. Like, she's really riding up the, she's really driving this one home, dude. Frasier is a very calculated person. Manipulating and, I don't think that's true. Manipulating and lying comes to him so easy, it's disturbing. I mean, okay. He's not the same, but but not far different from Alex behind closed doors. What I experienced in my relationship with Frasier is something I'm still working through to this day in therapy, and I will not be putting out a detailed statement because my situation is something that I would like to heal from in private. You're not going to put out a what? What are you not going to put out? You're not going to put out you're not going to put out a... Chat, she's not putting out a detailed statement. Chat, there's no details here. We're not putting out any detailed statements, okay? None. Okay, cool. Sick. I love this. This is awesome. Nice. Where were we? because I don't want input from strangers online. Well, guess what? What I feel comfortable to say is that the way I was treated drove me to a suicide attempt in June 23, back when I was still living with him. Well, Tipster and Kirster, brothers in arms. Suicidal thoughts and tendencies is something I still struggle with because of that relationship, and was struggling to heal properly. I was diagnosed with chronic stress from how he treated me. I experienced and continue to experience hair loss, extreme daily nausea and vomiting, insomnia, debilitating migraines from emotional implications of the relationship. The physical and mental implications I have with that relationship is, again, why I will not be disclosing what happened. It's still very raw, and I don't wish for my past traumas to be pulled apart like I've seen done to Alice. I have such deep empathy for Alice, and coming forward with her experience was incredibly brave and a strong thing to do. I wish her nothing but happiness and healing from the truly awful things she's had to endure. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for the cross section? There's like 3 of them. Are you ready? Can you just let me know if I've gained too much weight? Is that why you don't want to have sex with me anymore? Pardon? It's just been a real confidence knock. It keeps playing on my mind because when I was super skinny, we would have sex all the time. But when I got to a healthy weight, it stopped. And usually there's always breakup sex. And this is my first breakup without sex. I'm wondering if I'm just not attractive anymore. Please, I just want to know if I'm not attractive anymore. Frasier! Is my weight an issue? What the fuck? You guys thought that was it? Sorry, there's been a bit of confusion. Remember when I said the physical and mental implications from the relationship is why I won't disclose it? I guess a few of you retards thought that I said that Frasier was abusive, like physically. Oh wait, is that not this one? Yeah, I was saying Frasier knew the type of person Alex is, and not that that he was abusing Alex. I thought there was another one. Did I pull up the wrong one? I was angry that he's making a situation about himself and acting defensive when this should have had nothing to do with him. Was there another one? I gotta check my messages. Hold on, just a weaselly little minute. I have to pull up my. I literally did not know there was another tweet because I could have sworn there was another one. I'm seething. How many fucking messages did I send? Nope, not that one. Oh, fuck, I sent it to the group chat. Did anybody see this? Hold on, let me go to this fucking person's account. It's not up here, is it? Oh, you know where it is? I think it's down here. This tweet does exist. I'm not schizo. Wow, this is gonna hit so hard on the VOD. Jesus Christ, there's so many messages that don't matter. Holy fuck. I thought there was another one. But maybe I'm wrong. Oh, here it is. I've got it. This is great. This is so fucking funny. Here we go, chat. Just gotta pull it up in Discord because I have a fucking cell phone screenshot and I'm not gonna be asked to look for it. I'm sending it to Smaggle Daggle so I can open it from my DMs because I'm too lazy to find another way. Bum, 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 bum. Dude, this is a fire song. I know why King of Nothing plays it to abuse. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. No, Frazier did not physically touch me. Oh. Oh. I just meant that I was having symptoms of chronic stress. Sick. Nice. Okay, so you're probably wondering, why the fuck are we reading this? And that's what I was thinking, like 3 seconds in. So you wrote a twit longer about how Alex knew the whole time, right? And then you put a correction out saying that, yeah, Alex probably didn't know. I mean, ImAllexx iNabber. iNabber probably didn't know the whole time. And then you said you were like, there was physical symptoms, and then you put out a statement saying that that's not true. Okay. And then you're talking about like all the relationship stuff, and then this screenshot shows up where you're like, what's going on here? Let's let Frazier fill in the blanks. This is great. I'm having such a good time. So now, iNabber, who I don't think has ever had to make anything like this in his life, because he usually cowers and hides. No offense, iNabber. But, I mean, let's be honest here. It has to make a twit longer to debunk these allegations that are still up. This is the original tweet, and the one doing most rounds. It seems like that I suggest that things are going on, so here, bit of confusion by wording. She says, she has an image on the right, since backtracked, stated that I actually did not know about Alice. She states, okay, so we already just read this. Now at my friendship with Alex, having confirmed it was toxic, I had many falling outs with him publicly. Me and Alex would have falling outs, or I guess e-boys, right? And of course I spoke to my, at the time, girlfriend Kirst about it, because she was my girlfriend. And people in relationships open and vent about their feelings. My friendship with Alex is very confusing to me, personally, as I said in my story. I'm pretty embarrassed that I didn't just cut ties with him after the past plenty of falling outs. Alex is a widespread disliked content creator, and he has been since 2019. True. I remained friends with him because I'm a loyal person. Okay. But I was genuinely worried about his well-being. In 2021, I was worried as well. In 2022 and 3, me and Alex only saw each other walking the dog for the most part, but even then, it was still toxic. In mid-23, we would start gaming together and speaking way more than we did, and that led to us making a podcast that lasted 4 episodes. I didn't even know that Alex's 15th podcast broke up. Jesus. Alex was in... Yeah, alright. This is a quite frankly bizarre allegation that she has made up, that I stayed with Alex because it benefited me. I mean, I don't think so, but my friendship with Alex only did the exact opposite of benefiting me, especially at the time of when I was in a relationship with Kirst. I really don't want to be speaking too much about numbers, but the reality is, Alex's channel has been bleeding subs for 5 years, nowhere near his relevance in 2018, and he's a widespread disliked creator. But also, Alex has only been in the title of one of my videos he's been featured in during the entire existence of my channel. Okay. Here, let's see. Oh, that's the video, I guess. I believe our last proper collab was a video on morgues in 2019. I've searched his name on my channel, and these are the only 2 that come up. As you can see, Alex did not benefit my channel. I went and checked his main channel during the period I dated Kirst. I am featured on the ImAllexx channel 0 times. Our collab after that came in July 23 after we'd broken up, which, again, I did not benefit from much at all. Colleen Ballinger's apology. When are we going to talk about them? Okay, I don't care about any of that shit. Now, for context, me and Kirst broke up in April of 23. Kirst moved into my flat very early on in the relationship after my request due to some personal issues I don't want to put in this document that she was facing. Kirst was not in a very good living condition. iNabber homed her. I thought it would be safer and better for her to live at my place, and she agreed to it. We eventually moved into a bigger flat in March 23, and we both needed more space. I wanted a bigger spot. It made sense. During most of 2022, Kirsty really didn't have a space, as we were living in a 2-bed flat, and one of those rooms was my office. After we broke up, Kirsty remained living in my... Okay, hold on. So you broke up with your girlfriend and she kept living with you, and you're telling me that toxicity occurred? When 2 people who used to date are still roommates for months? That could potentially be an issue. I did not want to make her homeless, and she seemingly had nowhere to go, as she wasn't connected with her family at the point. It would have been extremely unfair for me to kick her out, and I said in the beginning I'm happy for her to take as much time as she needs to move out, thinking this would be a couple of months. You'll know why I changed my mind after a few screenshots. Oh. I think the problem is that a lot of these UK tubers move into with their girlfriends way too fast. I don't know if it's the culture over there or what, but you're probably right. Firstly, to suggest that I'm not far different from Alex behind closed doors is an absolutely wild allegation. Again, she's saying this stuff, like behind closed doors, he's a lot like Alex. And then she was like, hey, by the way, guys, he didn't like physically abuse me or anything, when the allegations are that he beat his girlfriend. Right? Like, that's the allegation. That's kind of a pretty strong implication, I guess. Was regularly telling Alice to kill herself, calling her a whore, and many other abusive things. Isn't this Nicholas DeOrio guy like one of those fucking crypto-fascist yes.
dudes, too?
Me and Kirst had arguments like any other couple, but it was never that. Now, this is where we get to June 23, and this is where I'm confused, and I understand a serious allegation as she's blaming me for a suicide attempt that month. Now, I know Kirsty has depression, and does absolutely have real struggles that I'll never deny, but I have struggled to find any reference to that in our text messages. Here are screenshots of me searching for texts and what I could find. The word Suicide Squad is really funny. Is he gonna mention it in here, or am I gonna have to? Oh my god, he's probably going to. Do you understand why I call this a side quest yet on Twitter, and why I don't care about this, and why it's a huge waste of time? Every moment that's spent listening to this Kirsty iNabber beef is like minutes away that we're not shitting on Alex. How's it going? It'll be done by tonight. Thank you. I actually want to blank myself. What's up? Sony Vegas crashed. Oh, there it is. There's the suicide attempt. As you can see, there's no reference here. Now, I'm not saying she didn't attempt this, but if it was my fault, surely there'd be some reference to it. Also, it talks about how Kirsty spoke to me personally in DMs from May to June of 2023. Again, they didn't get kicked out until December. Presumably, they're broken up here. That's crazy to me. In May of 23, she went and picked up things from our old flat, which was now converted into my office for work. I went there after and found a note, which pretty much was her saying that she didn't realize at the time how much she appreciated our relationship, and in general, she had lots of regrets. It was a lovely letter, and it's confirmed by these text messages. Jesus. Hello, I just read your note, and I appreciate it. It was never that you weren't what I wanted. You don't know how much I loved you or our relationship, but it got to a point where it felt so unresolvable. It's caused me physical stress. I feel like every time we've spoken in the last 2 months, it's been nothing but heated conversations or arguments, and I genuinely have started to feel like the stress negatively impacting. Where was I? Negatively stress affecting me badly. It was never about me not wanting something. It was just about the ending seriously unhealthy for me mentally and physically. It still makes me extremely sad that I can't continue, but I can't see a world where it could ever get fixed or change, given everything that's happened. Also, you need to do the work I give you so you can actually pay for food and stuff. You can't live without money. I can pay in advance. Oh my god, he became her employer. Dude, this is such a weird fucky situation. This is why it's too... Alright, so they broke up, right? Now your ex is leaving you love notes while she lives in your house, and the only way she could pay for food
isn't
is
this Nicholas DeOrio guy like one of those fucking
that she makes by working for you,
too?
So she can remain in your home. iNabber, how the fuck did you get in this situation? This is insane. Wait, you're telling me that this relationship didn't go great? You're telling me that you two former fuck buddies didn't become best of friends now that you got... It wasn't like stepbrothers the minute you guys walked in the room? This is insane to me, dude. This is crazy. This is me acknowledging the letter and the note saying I had to get out of a relationship because it was causing me physical and mental stress. Kirst at the time was also doing work for me because she used to do research for me and edit, which we thought was a good alternative to her having a job. And now this is her acknowledging the existence of the letter and what I said about it. It's sad for me that you don't remember the nice times we had over the last few months. Things were getting better, And then the dog attack happened. Okay. I don't know what he's going to say in here. Yeah, she's the girl that got bit by his dog. Yeah. So if you want to add another cog to that, you want to add another factor that makes this whole situation impossible, this is the one who Kenji almost had to get put down over. Yeah. Yeah, Wilbur Soot bit her. No, I'm kidding. Kenji is the one who bit her. And I think Nabber's dog was almost destroyed over this. So this is another factor in why this is too difficult for us to really care about. I still really want to try because I had so much time to reflect and know. But I understand that you don't want to go through this heartbreak and force yourself to... Okay, I don't care. As you can see, she refers to a lot of bad things that happened in our relationship, such as Kenji, my dog, biting her, which was a very public thing. But as you can see, a month on from the breakup, she wanted to continue, saying that it's heartbreaking that I didn't want to. For note, at this time, I was very depressed. My dad, shortly before, had a stroke, and then at the end of May, a childhood friend of mine committed suicide. So I really was not in a good headspace, especially to try to fix my relationship, but also have sex, which comes into context in future screenshots. I wouldn't mention this, but my libido was lowered massively by depression caused by these traumatic events. Anyone want to go back to the Alex stuff now? Now I need to show you some screenshots from June. I really miss you, and I hope we can talk at some point. Sleep well. How are you feeling? Do you think you could come over, or maybe I could come to you? I understand that you're busy, and maybe just ignoring me, or I don't know, but Fraser, I can't really let you go when I know that we just talked, and we could sort stuff out for the better. If there's any chance that you still love me, then this is worth at least a proper conversation. Please try to be open-minded. Can I get a reply? Sorry, I've been sleeping all day. I don't really think it's a good idea to chat. I'm dead. I was so upset with the relationship too, but I know it's because I knew what you were thinking or going through. I felt so distant from you. It kills me that I can't be there for you right now, and if I knew what you were going through, I could have tried to help, and it would have taken so much personally. I just feel awful for taking so much shit to heart because I didn't know what was going on. Here. There we go. I didn't know what was going on. But I love you, and it's been so hard not to have, not to even, wait, I love you, but it's hard. It's so small. I gotta make this bigger, bro. This fucking text is ridiculous. I read this through OBS. It is not happening. There we go. That's fucking way better. I love you, and it's been so hard not even having how we were. Okay, it just wasn't English. Cool. I wish we just talked. I hate that we didn't. What about yesterday? You knew what I was going through, and still pressed me on something that I didn't do. I was panicked because my journal got moved when it was tucked away. KK, are you here? Thank you for letting me crash on your cinema trap. It was nice spending time with you. Hoping you have fun at your gig tomorrow. I hate this. I wish you'd come home. I wish we could talk this out. Wait, I hope you have a good day. Would it be okay for us to talk? I'm not sure what there is to talk about. I would just like the opportunity for us to talk. Can we just talk over coffee? As you can see, through June, Kirsty was very persistent on wanting to get back with me, and I understand it was a terrible time, but she went through a traumatic experience, but also having to live with her ex. But to suggest that I was the cause of a suicide attempt when she was speaking to me like this is an outright lie. And as you can see, I was blunt. But she was my ex, I did not want to be with her, and I was starting to feel very pressured. It was at this point where my stress started getting worse and worse. Genuinely dealing with all of this was so unbelievably stressful, and made the living situation even worse, and you could see why I was feeling bad already before these DMs with the screenshot below. Now, this is from June. Can you just let me know if I gained too much weight? Why won't you fuck me anymore? Pardon? It's been a real confidence knock. It just keeps playing in my mind, because when I was super skinny, we'd have sex all the time, but when I got to a healthy weight, it stopped. And usually, there's always breakup sex, and this is my first breakup without breakup sex, and I'm wondering if I'm not attractive anymore. Please, I just want to know if I'm not attracted. Fraser, please, if my weight's an issue, I want to know. Dude, pardon is so based.
Isn't this Nicholas DeOrio guy like
Bro,
one of those fucking crypto fascist dudes too?
The YouTube drama writing staff have bulked up some wild side story, and honestly, I just want to skip the cutscene. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I just want to skip this cutscene. I don't know how do you break this one down? Who's right or wrong? Okay, so let's fucking talk about this, right? Okay. Girl comes out, says iNabber's abused her, but not physically, but physical things happened to her. And then stood up for Alice. And the nature of their relationship is that they dated and lived together as roommates following their breakup, whilst the girl was constantly trying to get back with iNabber, while iNabber was going through several traumatic life experiences. Well, apparently the girl almost killed herself. And through all of this, they decided that it was better for her to work for iNabber, to live in his house, than get a job. Yeah, I'm really the arbiter of that one. I think that's a real easy one for me to break down. Random fucking fat YouTuber watching from home. I'm sure I have all of the information that I could possibly use to give a real fucking good take on this one. Yeah, it's a real fucking rational take coming from me here. I totally have a solid grasp on the situation. Pretty simple shit here. This is like entry level, you know? This is the stuff you do in like a prerequisite course before you get to the real drama, you know? Yeah, this sounds like a job for me. As you can see, she randomly messaged me out of nowhere, asking why I had breakup sex with her. Why I haven't had breakup sex with her. I have no idea what to even think here. Not only is this just an incredibly inappropriate thing to send in anyone randomly, I just think it puts me under a lot of pressure. What am I supposed to say here? Obviously, I want to say that it isn't the case, and the DMs like this were starting to really make me uncomfortable, and I never want to share these. Okay, whatever. I don't. Not having sex was a massive issue in later stages of our relationship. Why are you telling me this stuff, dude? Which was caused by medication. Oh God, dude, you gotta get on. What the fuck's Destiny on? You gotta get on that shit, dude. That guy fucks like crazy. He's still on depression medication. But also in 2023, my depression was boosted. Not Zins. Vyvanse. You gotta get on Vyvanse. Yeah. These things happen before the breakup, after the breakup, but I didn't want to have breakup sex, and these texts made me uncomfortable. Uncomfy. And with a text here at the ending of June, she told me that she was being constantly crushed by the hormones of her birth control. Fuck me, dude. All of this should have been in the drafts, starting at her thread. None of you should be talking at all. All of you are wasting everyone's time. There are fucking... What do we got here? 1,500 people watching this right now? There's fucking 2,000 people watching this right now whose lives could be much better spent doing anything else. All of this stuff is a waste of time. I don't want to know about her hormones. I don't want to know what you think that he knew about Alex, because everyone already fucking knew about that. Saying she feels better now that she's off of it. But personally, it seems like she was very much blaming her feelings on birth control and not me. Again, I'm not denying that she's feeling terrible, but okay. Dude, this bitch needs a plan C. Get out of my house. Oh, that really doesn't mean much. We should fix it. Coming off birth control, I'm not being constantly crushed by negative emotions due to hormones. I can sleep so I have more energy, and journalizing was helping get through some shit. 2 months of birth control. Star Wars is filming in a Canary Wharf, by the way. What is Canary Wharf? That's like the most interesting thing in here. Woo. Guys, you know there's more? Aren't you excited? Scared the crap out of me. Another thing to mention is it's not like we weren't trying to be friends in June. We even had a day where we went to the cinema with each other in mid-June. Why are you going to the movies with your ex-girlfriend who lives with you that is currently employed by you?
Isn't this Nicholas DeOrio guy like one of those fucking
iNabber, I understand that these things are
dudes,
stressing
dude?
you out, but at some point are you going to realize that this is like a... I mean, obviously, she leaves, right? Oh, what's this? I'm here to think, I forgot how close I was to the situation.
Isn't this Nicholas
I
DeOrio
need to
guy
put
like one of those
Kenji in.
fucking crypto
You want to hurry,
fascist,
BTW?
dudes,
Because it
too?
says there's big delays. I'm now coming to the station. Thanks for letting me crash in on the cinema trip. It was nice spending time at you. Wait, okay, so they weren't living together at this point. As you can see, she asked to come with me, had a nice time, and she shortly followed it up by telling me she loved me and wanted to talk this out. I was genuinely just trying to be nice, and you can't... fuck, no. Nabber, how fucking old are you? If this girl's, like, saying, I love you, let's talk, I love you, let's talk, can we just go to the movies? Yeah, well, let's just go to the movies. What do you think her next message is gonna be? It's, I love you, let's talk, obviously. That's the whole fucking reason she went. Oh, God. Kill me. Fucking kill me. What's going on with iNabber? As far as I can understand, nothing. I think. Maybe not. Who cares? That's what I think is happening with iNabber. 2 out of 10. Put it back in your drafts. I don't know. Does anyone know what's happening? Is iNabber good or bad in this? He looks good, but I don't fucking know. I have no idea. Oh, man. Our actual flat, she had the main bedroom, so she slept in his house. Bearing in mind, she never asked me to do this. I just wanted to do it to make her as comfortable as possible. Even after, she persisted in telling me how much she loves me and can't go, asking to come to the office where I was most of the time. I'm just wondering. Glad you have fun. I'm sorry. I know you've been drinking. I just really miss you. Do you think I could come over? I understand you're busy. Maybe ignore it. Okay, we're rid of that one. So yeah, as you can see, this isn't adding up. Again, I know she was trying to, she was going through it, but she said previously that I'm not far off from Alex. This whole scenario was making me have severe mental breakdowns toward the ending of her living at my place. One time, I broke down when drunk in tears about everything. The situation has taken a toll on me. But let's move on to the final thing. This is the most irresponsible part of the whole thread. I totally understand that she had terrible timing. She had a terrible time. The situation we were in, no one could deal with it without finding it extremely difficult. Finally. Yes, I agree. But to say physical implications is a wild way to phrase things. Especially saying I'm not far off from Alex. iNabber is fucking 1000% right here. This is the most I agree with him out of anything he's said. And of course, she has since then backtracked and clarified what she actually means. This is the Fraser didn't touch me meme. Whilst I appreciate she clarified this, the tweet is still up. You lived with your ex for 9 months. That's longer than, like, Jess's relationship with Alex. That's, like, as long as Alice's relationship with Alex. You lived in the house with your ex-girlfriend for 9 months. Oh, how do you do that? You don't, because then she'll write a twit longer on you and call you abusive when you're done. Oh wow, it was taking such a mental toll on me. Yeah, because you were trying to get back with your ex for 9 fucking months. That would drive anyone crazy. I think. I don't know, because I would never find myself in that position.
Crypto fascist dudes too.
But it was an unfortunate situation we both found. These are just young, stupid kids. What is this, 2022? Was he 23 years old? No, Nabber's my age. He was 25. Dude, fuck me. This is crazy. At least it's not crazy abusive. These tweets imply a level of abuse. They do. He's right. Seeing how much she claimed for months she loved me and everything else here, I don't think it's true. My guess is she'll say it takes a while to realize things, but how does that justify all the text she sent me, the pressure I felt, the turmoil that was on? It doesn't. You're right. Blood sugar monitor. Why the fuck are you sending... Why are you showing me a blood sugar monitor? I thought I had something wrong, like diabetes. Did you Google stress? Why didn't you just go to the doctor? It's free. You have free healthcare. You bought a blood sugar monitor off of Amazon? Turns out my blood pressure was fucked. Even to this day, I'm trying to reverse the effects. Which doesn't just come from cursed, but other things too. Things went really sour in the end months of our relationship when we brought more friends around, some of which being female. Wait, really? You're telling me that your ex-girlfriend living in your house wasn't like a minor implication, like a minor issue in both of those scenarios. Whilst these friendships at the time were all platonic, it caused a lot of issues with public posts from Kirst referring to the situation. One instance was a friend who was over hanging out with me, and my friend was wearing an oversized jumper. Funny enough, her ex-boyfriend's jumper and shorts. This caused an argument. I was not dating this person at the time, and I had other people over. There were no problems, but this caused so many arguments and tension that it took a mental hit on me, and I just had more breakdowns, crying, and my blood pressure got worse. Obviously, we had a lot of arguments in this period, but nothing different to when I would argue with her, to anyone would argue with their ex if they lived for 8 months. Now it's 8 months. It was difficult. She felt very uncomfortable seeing me with other people, as did I. We're almost done. But going back to her post, she made more follow-ups about the confusion that might have been caused by her wording, just to show how irresponsible these tweets were. He's right. I understand Kirsty went through a bad time, but her statements do not reflect the situation. Okay, we know this. I never told Kirsty to blank. I never insulted her looks. We've had arguments that all exes have.
Isn't this Nicholas DeOrio guy like one of those fucking crypto fascist dudes too?
I offered to pay for a chunk of the rent for the first few months, and that led to another argument where I wanted a deadline. She got mad at you. Had a squatter living in your house. You had a squatter that wanted to have sex with you living in your house. That's what happened. You had a squatter for 8 months living in your house, who when she finally left, accused you of abuse on Twitter. I understand she wanted to do it her way, but this was on both of us. Surely, if this whole thing was that bad, she would take that offer and move away from me. And also, I should add, I would happily have paid for her to live somewhere for as long as she could have afforded it. I get that she didn't want to be financially reliable on me, but she was living with me. No, she wanted to date you. There was never anything about being financial. She was, yes, obviously, you're right. She was financially reliant on you because she lived in your house. Hello, sorry, it's out of nowhere, but I think we need to talk about when you're going to move out. I know you can have as much time as you need, but I really need a time period because I can't lie, I'm in a major limbo and I didn't expect this to go on for so long. Oh my god, this is so sad. It's not a forever thing. I just need to save up money. I can't accept paying rent, you paying rent for me, because I can't rely on that. Where's the other half of that message, Nabber? To me personally, it made no sense given her serious allegation that she refused to move out with the guarantees of having months of rent paid in advance. Jesus, he's now just dancing on her fucking grave with that one. I offered to pay the tax trying to fix this. I knew how much it affected us. Holy shit. I may consider making a video on this. I think you're okay. Update, she's blocking people. Dude, Samuel just got owned. Update, I've been made aware to a TikTok where she suggests I shut her in a room where she is not allowed to make noise. Oh. When I recorded YouTube videos, I would ask for no doors shutting or slamming because I was recording and my mic would pick these sounds up. Obviously, that wouldn't be good for a video. She'd be implying something sinister here, but the reality is, when we lived in a tiny flat, it was my recording space. I'm genuinely really confused as to why this is being mentioned. Maybe my ex was just channeling Sabrina when he would shut me in a room for hours and not allow me to make any noise, and would shout at me for flushing the toilet. Oh my god. Is she talking about Gus Johnson's Sabrina now? Is that Gus Johnson's Sabrina? Isn't that guy, like, considered like a fucking domestic abuser on YouTube? Oh my god. This is who he's fucking comparing her. She's comparing iNabber to fucking Gus Johnson. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't think it's the Teenage Witch. Oh my god, bro. Yeah, I'm not even... you know what? I'm fully okay. If I get this one wrong, light me on fire. I think that this girl's fucking lying. I don't usually say that, but I don't know. This is insane to me. She has got literally nothing here. Prove
Can I
me
say
wrong.
something
I'll
to you,
correct
Nick?
it on the next.
I really like.
I'll make my audience.
Why?
You know, honestly, if I'm wrong, the punishment will be I'll make you fuckers sit through this again while I correct it on the next stream. Oh, there were 2 toilets. The main toilet was next to the recording room. I mean, if I was recording and someone flushed a toilet, I would probably yell at them too. Okay. Cool. I can't explain it. All right, at the beginning of it. Okay. Yeah, we're done. Cool. Okay. I rate that A. Should have stayed in the drafts. Oh, I forgot. This thread's now been deleted, but this person came out and said that, like, Kirsty is a turbo clout goblin. Alright, now she's gobbling the clout. And then she put out a statement saying that this person almost slept together, which was a lie, and then, like, told everyone she was, like, a whore. And then she told everyone her ex abused her and was very supportive until I was shown evidence otherwise. But she's deleted the rest of the thread, so I don't fucking know. What do you guys think about the iNabber situation? What do you guys think? Where are you guys on this? Do you want to give it a shout out? Oh, God. What a waste of fucking time. What a fucking waste of time. Holy shit. What a waste of fucking time. Wait. Pyro Cynical has issued a statement on the Alex drama.
How long your drive is it?
Did you hear about the ImAllexx abuse allegations? Yeah, I commented on it before. I said unlucky.
Based. Pyro has responded to the allegations, chat. Unlucky. Alright, we have one more thing to do and then we're watching Baited. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but I haven't seen it yet, so we're gonna watch Baited after this. But, do we have a, hold on, I got this. Let me see. Is this one? Chat. First, there was Alice. Then, there was King Ani, but we don't really talk about her because her statement was bad. But chat, are you aware that a third woman has hit the South Tower? Where is it? Fuck, where'd it go? Yeah, there it is. A third woman has stepped up. Former girlfriend of Alex, number 3. I didn't even know he dated that many people, chat. There's a third girlfriend. And she's private at all of her shit, so I don't even know if I should cover this, but I am going to anyway, because it's funny, and I don't care. Guys, third girlfriend, chat. She traveled in time. She's a time traveler to tell us how bad Alex actually is. If you guys don't know, these allegations were posted in 2020. And they posted trigger warning, mental emotional abuse, depression / suicide. Now, the year's come to an end. I want to get something off my mind and have a bit of closure. So this person dated Alex 4 years ago. They were the middle girlfriend between King Ani and Alice. So we've established a love timeline. So we jump from... Is this the girl? Does that mean this is the girl that, like, he was stalking in the Alice one? Like the I don't know, we'll say the allegations. Now, an extra for this one, he told me off for telling my friends how he made me feel, as they didn't need to know. He didn't tell any of his mates, why should I? Couldn't go to him, not allowed to speak to his friends either. Now, as far as I was concerned, this was the secret girlfriend. I talked to a few of Alex's friends. They didn't know about this girl until after they'd broken up. So this girl was very, very secret to Alex. I literally can't give Andy enough credit. I'll tell him something bothers me, he'll work. Okay, but you have to understand that this twitlonger that we're reading here in a second was not labeled. No one knew this was about Alex. And when I took the screenshot, the day this dropped, it had 2 retweets and 14 likes. Nobody knew that this was about ImAllexx. Obviously, it exploded after I posted the original tweet. which popped off and then everyone found out about it. The only reason that we knew that it was even relevant to today is when she ultimately put out a statement saying that it was actually ImAllexx the whole time. So this one came from right field because I didn't realize it'd be 3 girls. I didn't even know that he dated 3 girls. But this is what we have to listen to. So I guess that means it's fucking time. Okay, chat. Let's get going. Here we go. I haven't read this one yet. Specific names won't be mentioned. Well, that didn't age well. But most can be assumed. Whomever is currently in a relationship where your partner is heavily one-sided and guilt-tripping you or putting you down, get out. I know it's hard to think of wanting to leave, but I can assure you it's for the best. The start of my last relationship was everything I'd wanted at the time. I was already living my best life, so things were only improving. The guy was super lovey and sweet to me. Always cared and went the extra mile, but something changed not long into the relationship. It was like he was keeping things away from me, which is obvious that, you tell your partner. I mean, I would have in this situation. There came a time where his ex came back into... Wait, is that King Ani now? Is that one King Ani? And like anyone, I felt a horrible gut feeling when they met up and she ended up going to his flat and went out clubbing with him and some mates. All of which I had to find out through social media. Nothing from him. It already was apparent that I'd already made it apparent that it made me uncomfortable, them two being together, but his responses, when I wasn't happy about it, was, I didn't think it was a big deal. I have to be friends with her for work. It is King Ani. Oh my god, it's literally King Ani. And the clubbing. Do you guys know what the clubbing was? Do you know what the clubbing was? Could you imagine? Wait, you can timeline this. When was this posted? Hold on. No, I think I know this. These tweets were from December 20. Could this be 2019 when this was happening? Dude, we got pictures of ImAllexx at the clubs. I've got some pictures for you. Here we are. Did I put them in this video? Yeah, we did. Is this... what? Alex caught dead in the club, bro. What the hell? What's going on? No, this has to be ahead of time if Alex is kissing a girl. Presumably. Otherwise... Wait. Yeah. Jesus. Or is it Michael? Is that Michael kissing the girl? Yeah, I'm blind. Dude. That's so funny. I don't know if that's actually it, but... I have to be friends with her for work. Anything I say was met with an excuse. No, sorry, I'll tell you next time, or anything. So I just had to push how I felt aside and watch them in calls every night, talk all the time. Shortly afterwards, he broke up with me as he was planning on moving elsewhere, and he said the last 6 months were the worst of his life, and nothing good has happened. I was devastated and spent countless nights crying myself to sleep because at the time, I genuinely loved this guy, and I'd do anything for him. It hurt a lot that I couldn't make him happy. I made one tweet during the breakup that I saw a good-looking guy at the gym, and he flipped out at me saying I'm a liar for telling that I'd wait for him and would only like him, and he doesn't ever want to be with me again. She broke down at work crying on the phone to him, trying to apologize and say how genuine she was when she said that she'd happily wait for him. All she did was make a tweet about someone being attractive. Eventually, he'd agreed to let me come and see him, and we started back up again as he said he was sorry for getting angry. Because does this not, like... So again, I don't know the legitimacy here. On one hand, there's no evidence, there's no screenshots, there's nothing. Obviously, Queeman's in my ear being like, Nicholas, throw this bitch to the curb. Make her bite the curb, Nicholas. That's what fucking Queeman's telling me, alright? Calm down, Queeman. Give me just 1 second to, like, think about this critically. This person posted this for 14 people 4 years ago. It's not in response to this current fucking situation. It existed on the internet for 4 consecutive years. It's interesting that the things that are said here in this twitlonger are echoed by a different partner who dated him 4 years later. A lot of this stuff sounds like a lot of the interactions that Alice had mentioned, and I don't think
Isn't
Alice
this Nicholas
knew this
DeOrio
Jess
guy like
person.
one of those fucking crypto fascist dudes too?
She, for all I know, she might have. I don't have any confirmation on that. That's my initial reading on the situation, is that this is kind of very similar to the types of behavior that he seems to have exhibited in the Alice situation, if that stuff's legitimate. Yeah. One night he went out and left his laptop with me, and I looked through some of the messages, and he was a lot closer with his ex than he'd let on. He would tell her his problems, but to me, he didn't want to drag me down or get me involved. He also messaged a girl compliments on her ass, but was tweeting someone else was attractive at the end. But tweeting someone was attractive was the end of the world. I never mentioned this to him because I knew it would just cause an argument. I'd never win with him. As time went on, anything that bothered me, I'd tell him, and I'd just melt with a load of messages that started with I'm too busy, I don't have time for this, I'm not happy, I've got other things to worry about, the list goes on. He would always get angry at me, saying that my feelings, looking at him like he's not a scary person, but by BTS, he scared me when he was angry. At this point, my feelings were pretty invalid, and I knew I couldn't go to him about anything. I still did, though. Whenever he upset me, I'd tell him, which was met with the same response. Countless times, he'd reverse the situation and play the victim, which I'd stop being upset or feel sympathy for him. I always thought that, I always was there for him with advice and help, but he was never there for me. One time he told me he was feeling really down, so I drove 3 hours in the middle of the night to see him. When I told him I was down, I got met with something like, I'm working. For my 22nd, I spent the majority of my birthday watching The Walking Dead as he was in bed all day. But I can't be upset at that because his excuse was he was depressed. I picked up flowers as a present for him, and he bought me some Jaffa cake? What is Jaffa cake? Which I later got told they were meant for both of us. I'm not one to compare gifts, as I love to give, but I took this guy to a 5-star hotel for his 21st, and he couldn't even organize something nice to do on my... Alright. Am I gonna say it? Alright. I don't really think this guy cared about you. All this is telling me is that, like, Alex was not invested in this relationship at all. And he was literally just, yeah, if this is real, he was just using you. He wasn't really interested in you based off of what you're saying. There's situations where he's been pure evil, telling me he hates my friends during an argument about how I feel uncomfortable being sat next to a male Uber driver who was touching himself at times and kept staring at me, and my friends were simply saying they wouldn't let me sit in the front, period. He sat in the back seat just so he could talk to his friends, so I became invisible. He blamed me for not telling him sooner. However, if he had paid attention to me as a person, he would know I have social anxiety and I find Wait, so he sat in the back to hang out with his friends and he made his girlfriend sit in the front of the Uber? It's one of the most offensive things he's done so far. Holy shit. Okay. He told me he hates fat people. I must have scarred him for life. He told me he hates fat people. And went on to jokingly call me fat when he knew I wasn't happy with my weight. I feel lucky that my depression doesn't get in the way of mocking others. of making others happy, no matter how bad I get. I can always make sure that others are okay. Now, I know not everyone has that same mindset. He struggled with his own mental health issues. He broke up with me on Valentine's Day this year after I sent him a text saying it doesn't feel like he appreciates / loves me anymore, which he blamed me for breaking up with him, which I didn't. He gave me the excuses on why he couldn't do this anymore. And again, I'm too busy, I'm working, etc. Even booked time off. Just to spend it with him. I told him the dates and he never bothered to arrange to see each other again. Too busy for me, but he told me he wasn't going to go out for drinks with a friend. However, that translated to just going to Asada, so he had to go at me saying I didn't allow him to just go shopping with his mates. What triggered the message was him saying he was going out for drinks after, saying he has no time to see me, and the fact that I had to see his own friends with their girlfriends and seeing them make time for one another hurt like hell. His excuses for that was they do that because they aren't as passionate about their job as he is. Now that sounds like Alice's statement. Because they waste their time. He never came to see me because that took away from too many days where he could have been working instead. This made me feel like I didn't deserve his time or wasn't even worth his time. Going on from Valentine's Day, I was obviously upset, but I was able to manage it pretty easily. I tried to talk to him, but he'd hardly ever respond. It wasn't until COVID hit that my own mental health crumbled more, and I had to watch people die every day. Oh my god. This is when I really needed him around. Not that he ever was anyway. It got to a point where I was sat in my car on the verge of suicide when I needed to speak to someone, and I talked to him. In the end, he turned his phone off and didn't answer because he couldn't be bothered to talk to me for days after I was having a breakdown every day, and I just wanted to talk to him. I still struggled to understand why he broke up with me, as the only thing that changed in his life was getting rid of me, and he didn't get rid of anyone else. Apparently getting rid of me was supposed to make his life better, yet his friends were the ones who got under his skin, and they're still around to this day. Eventually he blocked my number, and I would see him on social media talking to anyone and everyone. Alright. Oh, God, there's more. Sorry, this is the last one. Calling random girls he's never talked to before, and when I pointed out that he could talk to them, but not me, he kicked me off saying that basically me trying to tell him he can't have friends, all I wanted to do was ask why I wasn't allowed the time of day, but this other new girl was. He'd be more than happy to talk to her about any of her mental states, but not mine. Anything that I would bring up after the breakup was just yet again me being, I'm depressed, I'm busy, I can do whatever I want, I don't need this. For someone who would constantly remind me that he had depression and used it against me, he never once took my mental state into consideration. I could have gone to a certain person about this situation, but he threatened me, saying if I went to said person, I would have no chance of ever being with him again. Well, now I don't want to ever be with you anymore, and I don't see why people can't know, or the only leverage he has now is gone. The guy made me feel worthless, self-conscious, and gave me such a lack of trust of people that it has taken back how much of my current partner is understanding and willing to help me overcome my depression. He's literally having me deal with the damage my ex has caused. Okay, so she's got a better boyfriend now. All right, based. So this is the initial statement. Now, I think of this a little weirdly, right? I think of this a little bit weirdly.
Isn't this Nicholas DeOrio guy like one of those fucking
on the one hand, I think this
dudes,
is it comes off to me as like, oh, okay, she just wanted attention. She wanted like more attention in the relationship that he obviously wasn't invested in. She seems to be a lot more invested into the relationship than maybe he was. But I do think there's little breadcrumbs here that are super valuable. When she's talking about work and stuff like that, that seems to be very on point with the similar things that were coming out of the other Quit Longer. Yeah, Dear Slim, I'm writing you, but you're not calling. Now, I don't know if I believe this. Again, it's just like a random thrown together jumble of text, but I would say it lends to the credibility a little bit that it comes from a person who didn't put their name on it and left it sitting there with 14 likes for 2 years. Now, the newest message, this is now the one that she's posting during the height of the Alex drama, is that she was on and again, off again with a relationship. What Alex is someone everyone else seems to experience in the first time. I can't speak much now, as 4 years later, I have suppressed these memories and don't tend to think back to them or that time. I had made a statement in 2020 for my own personal closure and didn't expect it to go anywhere, but just exist. I really wanted to reach out to someone, but I knew that I didn't have the evidence because I deleted all of her messages. Okay. I've included my original statement alongside a Facebook message between Alex and my friend during insomnia, where he thought I wasn't in the hotel room and he left to see Slazo. Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Before the accusations, and I had woken up to banging at my door, saying a friend was showing me this message and saying Alex was looking for me, and I was in bed with him. He just didn't look. When confronted, he laughed about it, and I told him never say that about me again. Well, I'm thankful I'm now in a position where my current partner has helped me to heal through the damages. Alice having gone through so much worse, and okay. So what is she talking about? Yo, where's Jess? I'm very angry at the bar. I'm gonna kick her head in. Now I'm locked out. I might kill her. I might actually kill her. Yeah, that's Alex. Oh, man. Holy shit. Holy shit, dude. This is like 2 months before we all made our videos on Alex with the Slazo stuff. Now, obviously, disclaimer, this is being sent to a guy, not a girl. This is obviously not necessarily meant for the female's eyes, but this is still a pretty fucking crazy thing to say about somebody and then write it in text and then send it to someone. But again, it's just so fucking crazy. It's just how he talks to people. He just threatens to kill them with bricks and kill them in general or kick her head in. Oh, I'm not sorry. Hello, I'm gonna kick your head in now. Hello. Like, imagine just saying shit like this. He's like an angry little 5'1" small energy man child. It's fucking crazy. If that's fucking real, obviously. Fucking disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. And yeah, it was confirmed today it was about Alex. So, again, I don't think there's like any super turbo crazy abuse things here. It sounded like they had a really toxic relationship where one side was super invested and the other side was really not. It's a huge red flag, girls, if your fucking boyfriend doesn't want to introduce you to any of their friends and maintain any sort of a friendship and isolate you entirely away from that whole aspect of his life. Because anytime you hang out with your friends, you can't bring your girlfriend. Your girlfriend can't be around there. Any celebrations, parties, hangouts, any of that stuff. You're basically like a e-girlfriend who he fucks. So that's probably not a person who really thinks of you as a long-term girlfriend. That's someone who's probably not taking you as seriously as you're investing into the situation. That being said, here it seems like they just wanted to put this out there for people to see, and they put it out to an audience of 14 people. So I don't know. Nowadays, obviously, it makes a lot more sense to tie it together with everything else, but I can't really judge the individual claims here because there's not really much to work with. All I will say is the stuff about the job and some of the behavior sounds very in line with the things that Alice has said. But yeah, 3 girlfriends. But it doesn't matter what I think, and it doesn't matter what you think, because TikTok is going to see this and convict every fucking time. Every single time. TikTok is going to convict. Because the audience that Alex has, as I've said predominantly over fucking, 3 streams now, is the type of people who would have canceled Slazo. He built the audience of people to do what he couldn't do in 2019, and their guns are pointed on him. There's going to be no salvaging this situation. King Ani is probably going to hurt him more than... we're all sitting here laughing at King Ani, saying her statement sucked, and realistically, it's probably going to do a shitload of damage, if we're being real. If we're being real. Because those TikTok people don't give a fuck, dude. They're not looking for evidence. They might flip, but they probably won't.